Welcome back to another episode of Wild Fairy Gaming, my fairy mafia. Today we'll be watching Goblin as she pretends to be a tree, surviving the Huntress. For the most part, though, she ends up with an axe in her back. Serves the little goblin right. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
You can always cut it out.
Jiminy Crickets. You're lucky I'm good in post. Anyway, even if we take ages to get into a game, this is an important thing to discuss.
Okay.
Stanford Prison Experiment. Okay,
Bullshit.
Rest of the post. Right, and then I'll let you get onto yours, because you actually studied this stuff. This reminds me of a discussion that I once read, which said the Lord of the Flies would have turned out a hell of a lot differently if it was a private school of young girls who are expected to be responsible and selfless instead, or a public school where the children weren't from any inherently entitled, emotionally stunted social class. Studies have shown that people in lower socioeconomic classes show more compassion for others. I don't entirely agree with that.
No.
But point is, the rest of it is, or that the same premise with children raised in a different culture than the toxic and oppressive British Empire and its emphasis on social hierarchy and personal wealth and status, and that we perceive as an unchangeable truth deep inside humanity because of things like Lord of the Flies and the Stanford Prison Experiment, is just the base truths about what happens when you remove any accountability, controlling one social group with an overwhelming sense of entitlement and an inability to feel compassion.
I am going to put it out there. Like, you're in a very... it's like school in the sense, because you're in a very enclosed environment, right? With... How long was the experiment for? It's been years since I...
It came out in like the 70s or 80s or something.
Yeah, it was at that point. I mean, you got to think about the social and cultural ideologies of the time, though, as well, I suppose. Plus peer pressure.
Yes.
This was a college experiment.
Well, I also heard, and don't quote me on this, but I heard that the people who were in the experiment were actually coached and scripted
I heard
in
that too.
what they did and said and behaved like.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So, like, the prison guards were actively encouraged against their better nature to be more violent. So it's a shit study. It's absolute shit. And I do not believe for a moment that human nature is inherently cruel and evil.
No.
I
No, I don't
believe,
either.
and that's what comes down to people in lower socioeconomic groups as well. I believe that when people are put under immense stress with resources, with limited resources, that they, like in Lord of the Flies, that they become more bestial and less...
Aggressive fucks is what they become.
They become aggressive and they become territorial very quickly.
Yeah, fight over resources and whatnot. I do think that's the same with the Stanford Prison Experiment, because I mean, it's a stressful thing because you don't know how you're being graded, if you're being graded at all. But like I said, peer pressure depends on who's. Yeah, okay, I know it was like let's just separate them and see how it goes, but it depends on who's in each group though as well. Like
Yeah.
I feel like if you've got particularly dominant personalities from higher economic backgrounds who are considered quite popular, especially in
Private schools.
yeah, private schools and in colleges and whatnot, sometimes it is quite difficult to assert yourself from the group,
Yes.
especially if you're not from those same backgrounds as well. It can be quite difficult to do that, especially when you do have these entitled fucking assholes.
Yeah.
They come out of the woodworks and they're like, hey, it's my time to shine.
Yep. I think that with it also depends on the actual leader of the situation. So, okay, for instance, in high school, even though I was not popular by any means, like I was not favored, people still, like, if any emergency happened or if any leadership was sought after by a teacher, so the teachers, like,
Being liked by the teachers, being liked by the
no,
students is not
no.
the same thing, bro.
The students would put me in a position of leadership.
Because they knew you wanted to do it and you wouldn't back down from it.
I wouldn't back down from it, but I was also capable of doing it. So, for instance, right, this one time we had a first aid person come in. It was like year 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't at our school. It was at my previous school. And the guy talked us through first aid stuff, and then all of a sudden he stopped and was like, he was putting on a bit of a show. Like, it wasn't serious, but he was like, oh, my chest hurts, oh, what are you guys gonna do? What are you gonna do?
And then let you die.
The entire room blanked. I blanked. But then everyone just was like, whoosh, Rhiannon, what do we do? And I'm like, what the shit? Sit down and I'll call an ambulance.
Let someone else do it for me, please.
But yeah, so there's been several instances that are high stress or being put on the spot, that even when people haven't liked me, they've still been like, you are leader, do the thing. So
I think that's
I'm wondering with the
responsibility more than anything, to be
Oh,
honest.
probably. But I'm wondering with something like the Stanford prison experiment, if it hadn't been completely scripted, like if it was an actual experiment, if the person in charge of the guard group had been inherently compassionate and inherently caring, would it have been completely different? Because I would have backed out of that study if I had been coached to be, because I can't be mean to people.
More like, what? In what sense? That's a bias study at that point. It's no point in doing the damn thing.
It's such a ridiculous study. It's so garbage.
Like, okay,
Yeah, we're finally in a game.
Yo.
We've had our rant, but I had to have the
No,
rant.
that's fine. Like,
I had to have the
you
rant.
know I love the good rants.
The good rants.
Well, I'm just thinking, like,
that good.
I reckon you'd need, if you were gonna have a, shall we say, an aggressive guard leader, you would need somebody, regardless of what group they're in, equally assertive.
You'd need
and
some
capable of drawing people to them, because it's not just about being assertive, it's about being,
charismatic.
yeah, drawing people to your side to see, in this case, fucking reason.
Yeah.
And being like, at what point do you actually believe that this is okay? Because no one devolves like that.
No.
Nobody devolves like that. You're going to sit there and be like, yeah, you might, okay, look, even here, just thinking about some people I know, some of my cousins, you get my own father, you'll get people that are going to do it to shit stir you.
Yes.
You're going to do that, but it would not devolve like that. I mean, yeah, you might get the, like, one or two people who are like, oh, my poor feelings, but for the most part, I don't think people, especially for like a couple of days, for God's sakes,
Yeah.
like, where they can walk out at any point, mind
Yeah.
you, that they're going to devolve to such an animalistic and frankly brutal behaviour.
But, like, even animals don't do that.
No, they don't.
Like, chickens might do that occasionally.
You're a fucking chicken, mate.
Don't be a fucking chook.
Fuck off the extra.
Okay, if chickens do not have enough space,
Then it's shitty.
and if chickens don't get fed adequate nutrients, they will peck each other. And sometimes a group of them will peck another chicken to the point where it's naked. Like
Ow.
they'll peck all of its feathers out.
That is...
But all of those chickens have to be under immense stress for that to happen. Like,
and I'm sorry.
they don't do it if they're just put in a field with heaps of grass and like heaps of grain and bugs and stuff.
No, but
if they get into a veggie patch, they stop pecking each other.
I think, but that's the thing, like, even, there was plenty of room in this experiment as well.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you might have...
And everyone was fed.
Yeah, and it may have been...
Ooh, Huntress.
So it is. I feel like even though, yeah, you may have been,
Where's my girl?
not here. I reckon she's a bit further away. She always sounds closer than she is.
I know. Heartbeat's just started.
Holy
Not
see you!
Hi!
What?
Hi!
Shit!
Goodbye! I'm sorry, I'll be good, I promise. Goodbye. Oh, damn, she's gonna get me.
That sucked. That was some bad shit. Oh no. Oh no! That was not good. Oh, get away!
no.
Get away from
I'm
it!
near Hook. This is bad shit.
Ah! No!
God damn it. Damn it. I don't want to be the first to die. I don't want to be the first to die.
No. So much no.
Wiggle, 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 yeah.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle that boodle.
Oh,
Shit.
God's be damned. Where my peeps at? Oh, right there. You're gonna get got. Don't come save me yet. Okay, now come save me.
As she walked to you.
Nice hair. I like it.
Oh, it's nice.
That's really nice red
It's
hair.
red. I like it,
Heelys?
they're red.
Heelys?
Magic hands.
Give me your magic hands, Ariel.
Spud.
Spud? Spud!
Spud!
Heal me, Spud. Oh, you got that good heal.
Oh. I thought that was her for a second.
Me.
Oh, it is her.
Yep, going this way. Goodbye.
Yeah, one of the things we looked at primarily was that people are not, I don't honestly believe people are inherently evil. I believe that they are put into a position with lack of resources, lack of funding, lack of everyday availability to things that you genuinely do need to get by in life, including companionship.
Yes. And that's the thing. This kind of draws us all the way around back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you have adequate of each step in the hierarchy, then you are a reasonable, beautiful human being, which is our inherent nature. Our inherent nature is not that of one that is under stress.
No, and the thing is though as well, like most crime typically is opportunistic in nature. So if you don't have a need to exploit that opportunity, you're genuinely not going to do it.
Yep.
Like, I mean, yeah, being a teenager doesn't count. That's
No,
part of growing
teenagers
up.
are actually just little psychopaths. They
Yeah.
don't have a fully functioning brain.
They don't.
Frontal
Plus,
lobe, not working.
they're still learning at that point,
Yeah.
which I mean, like, is not the best defense, but it is a reasonable one because yeah, they are still learning. College students,
Yeah.
no. And I do realise it takes more time for males, especially, to develop. It's sort of like 28 years old or something.
Yeah.
But that's
it's like 26 for a woman's brain to be fully developed and 28
Yeah.
to 30 for a man's brain. But that also requires a level of training as well. Like, you need to be exposed to situations where empathy is
she's
required.
Yeah, but the thing is, on top of that as well, like, I look at that, like, I mean, you look at our high school years, right?
Yeah.
Do you honestly believe we would have devolved like that?
We were mental.
We were mental. Like, some of us, yeah, some of us would have tried to take the piss. Like, without a doubt. But, oh, she's on your ass. What?
I am tree! I am tree!
What?
I am tree!
Damn!
I'm so nervous. I don't want
That,
to.
I honestly expected her to slash you the fuck up.
I am tree.
This is what you get by being pagan. The trees accept you into their fold, and they
Yes.
protect you from the hunt.
I am protect by
Oh,
tree.
dude, you've only got one more to do. That ain't bad. But you're right near a... Oh, wait, she's still behind that fire. Oh, no, there's someone else next to me.
Someone else
I
there.
like it.
But she's not far away.
Oh, hang on.
I believe that as a teenager, I probably had the propensity for a level of uncaring.
Oh, yeah, uncaring, but not directly malicious.
No. Like, you get a bit nasty when you bully your sibling or your cousins or that sort of thing. I have siblings. I have siblings.
Don't fucking talk to them!
I try. They don't talk back. But the point is that I've had younger beings around me, and I have had older beings around me, and
The
they.
other one. She's around this area.
Yeah, but she's gonna leave and go to the other one.
Oh. Keep
But yes, so it's a pecking order sort of thing. You want to see who's the dominant one.
Oh yeah, no, you constantly
and
have to
so-
assert yourself as the older sibling.
Yes,
Especially when you're shorter than your younger sibling.
exactly. I'm just gonna. I
Hi.
am tree.
Yes.
I am tree. No, it's not a good spot for a tree.
No, it's not. Like, okay, yeah, I hear what you're saying. And yeah, I think you're right.
Like, kids have a propensity to be mean, and that can, if it's not squashed out, that can transfer into the workplace and, like, your adult life and that sort of stuff. Where are you going? Why are you going? Redhead lady. Ariel, come back! Don't go to the sea witch!
Leave her to die. Jokes.
Don't go to the sea witch.
Just hang out.
I'm just gonna... Look, I am tree.
You are Bush.
I am Bush.
You are the beaver. You are Brenda's beaver.
Oh, she just hit someone, knocked him out, and then all of a sudden they got through the door.
I reckon the other one's probably open. That's where everyone else is.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ariel ran away though.
Where did Ariel lie? I'm gonna wait for Hatchet Lady, Huntress.
Hatchet.
Stabby stab.
What's
Come
she
on,
doing?
Ariel, come. Come back. Don't go.
It's so cold.
I'm not cold.
Yeah, it's not that cold.
I'm full of wine though, so.
You are drunk. No,
I'm not drunk. I won the game. I'm not drunk.
You haven't won yet. You haven't stepped through the door. You have not yet survived.
Look at the ground.
You idiot.
Look at it go. It's pulsating. It's a very slow heartbeat.
All I can think of is Brenda's beaver.
Oh yeah, like you've got to read Brenda's Beaver, the children's book.
It's not a
fucking
children's
hilarious. It's probably not a children's book. Okay, come on, come on.
I think she's telling you to piss off.
She's going to the hatch. She found the hatch. She's got the key or something. I don't know. I'm out. Goodbye.
Yay!
Toodle pip.
Pepper Brew. What
Hey,
is
look,
that?
I love her coat.
Me too.
It's a bunny coat.
Cutie patootie.
That was 5 fun. We won.
How much did you get for that one? Oh, where'd you rank?
That was 5 fun.
5 fun.
5 fun.
I rate it 5 fun. I got jackal.
Yeah, you did. No, have a, no, I want to see where you ranked.
I got 5 fun. Okay.
I got
You
5
got
fingers,
5
5
fun.
toes. You ranked last.
It's alright.
Wait,
no,
not
the
last.
killer ranked last. I
I
reckon this was redhead chick.
No,
'Cause she was-
that was Spud.
Oh, that's right. Huh. They all have purple traits. I want purple traits. Guess
Get
where my
better.
purple
I don't know
traits
why
at.
you don't have purple traits.
Ah, yes, it's good to see my subordinates being capable. I might have to give Goblin an extra set of fish bones. You never know what she'll find a use for with them. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dead by Daylight on the Wild Fairy Gaming channel. Please remember to like, subscribe, and then share this so that all the other fairy clans are well aware of what we're capable of. How goblins turn into trees. I'll see you in the next episode, darlings. Ta-ta!